What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. We have so much to get to in today's market watch. A little bit of market theory, y'all seem to really like when I do that. And also, when I live react to pre-sales, Dimension Force pre-sales are up over on tier 0. But the R word is getting thrown around a lot, recession. And I've been talking about that for some time on the live streams. While I am not a financial advisor, I don't know your bankrolls, I don't know your opportunity costs, I don't know the future of markets, we can look at the past trends of Yu-Gi-Oh! In a recession because I've lived through those. Also, big if true, if this is a Starlight, which it looks very real, I don't know how you get a high-res image of this TCG World Premiere exclusive, but this would be the first ever TCG exclusive to get a Starlight, and Konami knows a little of what they're doing with that waifu tax in the Super Poly target against Pendulums or the Instant Fusion target within Pendulums. So I have seen over here the pre-sales on TCG Player where you have pre-sale on the screen and you're locked to only certain sellers who really don't want to bottom each other out. It looks like 6-9 not so nice beyond the Pendulum atop the set. I honestly think Illegal Knight might be the card to look for though. People will want to future-proof their adventure token engine as well as even play it within it now potentially. You have the Therions and people are buying out a lot of cards for the plant one. It's sticking up in price alongside the Earth, but you can see where they're just trying to super juice on here, right? Like the Libromancer's no shot, they're up at $32. Psychic and Punisher is one to watch though, and looking through the lower end, just charging way too much early for ultras and secrets. So let's go ahead, get over to tier 0 and click on this banner, Dimension Force, order now, code What's Good 5 for 5% off, and to support the channel directly, I like to go high to low, and then I like to do 50, and oh, they did do it, that's 2 Pendus, beyond the Pendulum, Starlight Rare. Woo! That is a good choice. So we've got 2 waifus up in there. Do they have the other one? No, it goes straight into the secret rares. So let's go ahead and break down the Starlight rares. Ghost Bell at 500. I kind of easily see this one day being 800 while it is a format dependent hand trap and Effect Veiler's more storied in the game. Effect Veiler has competition from its ultimate rare, which back and forth people were arguing over that, and yet still Effect Veiler's gone up, but it is also much more storied in the game, like I've said. And it also goes into past formats where Ghost Bell, not so much yet, but is one of the Ghost Sisters. But in the immediate, how will it do? This is interesting. I kind of think they've hit it on the nose of what a lot of people will want for this card, and people will play this in complete sets, right? 3 of them, rather than just like breaking up sets. They'll want access to 3 when they go that big. Regulus seems a bit overpriced at $430 to me, even with the code. I think that'll be going down despite what a loved engine it is, maybe towards 300. Alba Lenatus around 369. People will want to fully hollow out their Albaz engine, but I think this is a one of, right? Like if you're playing it, so I don't know about that one, but let me know what you think in the comment section down below. This might be a little cheap. Pendulum Waifu Mommy. I could see this being $3 to $350, but maybe I'm overhyping pens in my mind because of Triff. Maybe. Let me know what you think of that too. And they do not have this one up on their site yet. Interesting. So Regulus starting at just $47. How are they even estimated value pulling the set if the 4th card is $18 and it's beyond the Pendulum? Are you kidding? That, I would think this would start out at 30 underhyped, but $18 is pretty darn good. Alba Lenatus, Albaz Fusion stuff, yep, 32, that's not bad, it's not great, it's kind of where I thought it might be. And Therion Lily up here by them also. Maybe I'm underestimating the plant good stuff. Maybe the plant good stuff's very real. Let me know what you guys think, but I still feel like this is overpriced. This might be underpriced. This is about where I thought it would be, $4 under. I thought they would start at 50. Psychic and Punisher at 18 seems pretty good. I thought if it got undervalued, it might start 15, similar to Guardian Chimera. And Illegal Knight at just 17 bucks. They could definitely be charging more for that. I think that's a pretty good deal right now. Dinomorphia Frenzy, the Ultra, they know people will want 3 of this in order to play it with the Albaz stuff, but the newer pieces tend to be cheaper and the older pieces tend to go up. So that $12 price, could it be like the Flunder Ultra? You want 3 of this? maybe they've hit the price on the nose, but I think it might be towards $8 if you're waiting, but it's not bad if you want to guarantee the pre-sale. And looking through the rest, you have the Exo Sister at 12. This is where they're trying to make the money. The Ultras. Okay, so this is how they're chopping up the estimated value pulled. I think they're highly undervaluing some of the secret rares, but I do think that they're trying to make it back like, okay, you're shipping internationally anyways, like maybe you'll add some stuff to the orders for pre-sales. I would take advantage of the secret rares, honestly, and maybe wait on a good amount of the rest, but look through. Maybe I'm underestimating, like I said, plant good stuff, and decide what you do want from the set. But overall, very well priced by tier 0. And the Starlight, super interesting to see. Beyond the Pendulum, Starlight rare confirmed by them. Code What's Good 5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly. A lot of things I think I would be buying if I was still Vendor Man. Alpha Investments has bought up Recession multiple times. Now, I'm not a financial advisor as stated, but I have seen this trend coming, and crypto is crashing right now. It's going really bad. I think it was like when the crash first happened from here to like here, I told you, crypto bros, like, I feel for you, man. Everything will be okay at the end. And people are like, no, it'll recover. You'll see it always goes up. How long? Because it did. It did go back up, and then it went back down. It goes in waves, though, right, at times. And his point is that I would still be investing and be active and stuff. In my opinion, where Yu-Gi-Oh! Used to be in a recession was the highest prices of all time, which was the Dark Armed Era, 2008, that famous recession. You have the Dark Armed Era. This card's going for insane prices. Heraclinos hits 300 later, too. During one of the weaker times the economy's ever had in modern history, and my opinion of it is this. Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards can be any currency as long as people are playing. It can be euros, it can be pounds. Heck, that's how tier 0 set up, right? Like, they can get any currency, even yen, for their English cards, Canadian, Australian. So you're able to sell these all around the world at any time as long as there is a demand. And it's nice when your collectible card game can do that, but also during tougher times, people do like to get away from things and concentrate and play, even to their own detriment at times. Now, there was no collector market for Yu-Gi-Oh! During the time of the first recession. There was only the playable one, the metagame. Collectibles were a joke. Blue Eyes first said it was like maybe $40. Even then, it's like in 2015 or 2014, before the Blue Eyes hype, it was like 60 to 80, right? But looking through here, you have a buyout on Dark Armed, ironically, during this timing, up to $1,000 as we head towards potentially another one. So my thoughts are this, that the collectibles will stay pretty good during a recession, but if we ever hit anything close to a depression where people need money, get by, inflation's insane, those kinds of things, which we're already seeing insane rates of that, then people will be selling off in droves, and buying the dip depending doesn't always work, but it's good depending where you get in on that. You can never tell when it's time to jump in. And he emphasizes buy in, expecting to lose at first and then win later. Like, I do think with Yu-Gi-Oh! That the collectible market, you're going to continue to see buyouts. You're going to continue to see certain cards targeted, especially past formats, as people do look for A, distractions, B, places to squirrel their money. So with the meta market, I don't think it'll be near as insane. You have a new reprint system versus the old, we're waiting a year and a half for one Dark Armed reprint. Konami's chopping up reprints multiple times, even if they short print things in a year and a half to 2 years. So, like, we're not waiting quite as long and desperately for reprints on all these cards with how many reprint sets there are. That's my take on it, though. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I do think it also limits the ceiling of how crazy collectibles might get to a degree when, the economy's hurting. But I do think it also kind of oddly strengthens Yu-Gi-Oh! Specifically versus every card game as something that's viewed as a undervalued card game versus the other big three. Union Driver has been bought out on its ultra rare, and this seems due to the Therion hype, Therion ABC. And I feel like with the rare, well, you have a super accessible one, but everybody loves to hollow out their decks, even if it's for something like ABC. We have Bengal Answer, the Resurgent. He only has one printing, never got reprinted, and is a secret rare, and this is getting bought out hard for plant good stuff. And like I said, maybe I've underestimated Theory on Plant. I need to see that in action myself. Ghost from the Past has a unexpected twist and turn. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon went from what I thought as the second lowest ghost was appropriately placed to spiking past Red Dragon Archfiend, Sphere Mode, and Dark Arm Dragon, and this all stems from Ruxin. The drama, John Moore calls out Ruxin. Not really, I like citing the source of the discussion and also going through his thought process. It does go with Blue Eyes Collectibles. It's now one of the highest, rarities for Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and it's a very good one, but I do think that out of all the ghost rares, it's the only one along with Timaeus that never saw competitive play unless you were sending it from the extra deck for Necros, which you had other choices. Most people I knew were sending Quasar from the extra deck, but when it comes to Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, it fits into the Blue Eyes Collectibles. I would personally have rather gone and gotten the top end Blue Eyes White Dragons that don't have the burn-in and is as good looking as possible. If I was going after Blue Eyes stuff, this is a secondary card that has its moment in the show, but I just personally don't like it. I didn't see it necessarily as undervalued because I do think it goes behind Red Dragon Archfiend, has past format play. Jack Atlas from the show, although this has Kaiba. You have Sphere Mode. Merrick actually played huge moments in the game, and Sphere Mode doesn't have the most printings in the world. If Sphere Mode takes off into another metagame, this could really go up, and it has past play. Dark Arm has its defining format, and when a new collectible Dark Arm comes out, look at people go for the old one. The ceiling for Dark Arm in the future could be very high, as the ultimate rare is also one of the most valued ultis out of the turbo packs, and then Cyber Dragon, Red Eyes, Blue Eyes, and Dark Magician Girl, all obvious collectibles above this. So I do think it was appropriately placed as the second lowest ghost rare personally, but when you do have somebody talking to tens of thousands of people, there's 19k views on this, and a lot of people agree, oh, Blue Eyes Collectible, high end, goes with this, goes with that, goes with my cards, then a lot of people might end up going for that, and I can see the other flip side of the coin that Blue Eyes Collectible can be very good. So we'll see how this one ages. A lot of people who bought in want to spend, less than a certain amount to get more, and price, memory, and bubbles can set themselves on a card. It'll be super interesting. And also, Aluber almost down to, $15, starting to head there. Super interesting. And this one, people are asking me if I think it'll go up. It's in a rock and a hard place for that happening, because you have Splight looking down 3 months away, and then Megatons after that. You do have a YCS season, you do have a lot of people on this deck, you have a structure deck for it, but you also have a clock ticking towards what a lot of people know is a very new meta game, and it'll be kind of weird for a Luber down the road. Oh man, Lopter also spiking up in price as all the other generators got reprints, and nope, not Lopter, so people are after Lopter in droves. It's an ultra rare out of Eternity Code that never got a reprint. Diviner of the Herald still, Lightning Underdrive scheduled for this year's Megatins is spiking up due to the agent deck and going further and further and further up in price. Then you have Dinglong. All these, deal with ghosts from the past, right? Dinglong had its Counter Trap reprinted, upgraded. It's free in Master Duel. It's free in the OCG. Could Dinglong be coming back? It very well possibly could, and it would breathe new life into a lot of decks. It's just an engine I think is too powerful, but banless speculation continues to double and triple down on Dinglong right now. Morphtronics got a lot of new reveals. They're pretty cool, and the tournament pack / hollowed out ones are just spiking so ridiculously in price and are so down in quantities. People are going crazy for the Morphtronics. And then Fusion Deployment is for plant good stuff, or Tierra Lamar. It's for like a lot of decks. It just fits in a ton. Even though it has a lot of reprints, people are after the secret rare highest rarity version of it right now, and it is spiking up in price for what it is, and that's to $2. So if you like this version, go ahead and be aware that it's going up. Maybe get it sooner than later. I could see this being back to 5 to 6, which was the original buyout from 3 on the Ultra for the nice, super good looking secret rare. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversations. What do you think about Yu-Gi-Oh! In a recession? Is it something you wouldn't be touching? You want to go different places? Or from the past, is it something that you're going to be really peeking in at and maybe going for yourself? I think Alpha, yeah, he already has a video up on buyouts in a recession and them happening and his air of caution, but also his thoughts on them. And they're going to continue, in my opinion, especially with Yu-Gi-Oh! That won't be anything new. Thanks for watching, though.